what she did say was that they really have been friends for 20 years. She met her when she was 18, and she used to do her hair. Kiarna used to do Angel's hair, and then
Well, that's
Angel
interesting.
was working at BET, and then Angel got Kiarna in there to do other like Talon's hair, and they have been really close ever since. And it is a real friendship. So
Okay.
they they're not going to break it up. Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We are talking about Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode number 3. This one is titled Chin Checked.
Were you confused?
I mean, a little bit. I thought we had it resolved.
Well, not only that, but I was like, I went to, type the title because I watched it on demand,
Peacock.
No,
On
I didn't.
DVR.
When I watch it on Peacock, the name gets cut off, so I never put the name of the episode. But this time I watched it on demand, and I was like, wasn't that last week? Like, I was confused. I figured Chin Checked was last week. But
yeah, well,
whatever.
we're still talking about it.
We're still talking about it. That's where the problem lies. We're still talking about it. Yeah.
We start out with Angel and her husband. They're talking about a budget for their house. Then we see Ashley working out in a class, and she said that like when she's in a class, like she needs to be the fastest, the strongest, like the best. I will say she is very fit.
I mean, whatever she's doing is working for her. She looks amazing. She
really does. I was actually kind of blown away. I didn't think she worked out, to be honest with you. I thought she just kind of naturally had that shape. I mean, I know she likes to dance and stuff, but to see her, like she really works at it.
Yeah. I mean, I think she probably is just naturally fit like that, but she does clearly work at it.
Yeah. Stacy's with her daughter, Arabella, and she's working on Arabella's walk because I guess she's going into pageants like her mother. She's following in her footsteps.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was all about at first, but then we very soon learn.
Yeah, and she's only in the 3rd grade, which I think is kind of young, but that's just me.
Remember Toddlers and Tiaras?
I know, but I thought like we were done with that. I didn't know. I mean, I can
think
see
that
if
still exists.
Yeah, I mean, I can see if it's like for scholarship money, like the Miss USA and that kind of stuff, but I don't know.
I think that's the mindset that you have to start out that young to get to that level.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. Next, we see Wendy, and she meets up with Kiarna. They're sitting on the bench. And Kiarna said that she wanted to, bring this conversation outside of the group so that they could discuss the issues. And then the first thing Kiarna asks is if she's doing Preakness. And Wendy said, yeah, I'm doing it. And Kay said, well, maybe we can plan on doing something together because I've been doing all this planning and all this legwork. And Wendy's like, I was asked by the First Lady of Baltimore. I am doing this. Like, this is part of the Triple Crown race. This is a big deal. And she kind of let Kiarna know there's not going to be any like group
now
event.
Do you think that the girls knew about Wendy's plan already? Like when Kiarna said, like, do you want to do something together? Do you think she was aware that the First Lady of Maryland had asked Wendy to host an event? Do you think Wendy had put that out to the women at this point? Because if she hadn't, then her reaction, I think, is a little off base. Like, don't you know I was asked by the first, like, no, I didn't know. Maybe if I knew that, I wouldn't have put this out there.
I don't know if she said that in the invite, but I do think that all the ladies knew that she was hosting an event at the Preakness. And hers, I think, was actually physically at the racetrack.
At the race. Right.
So, which is totally different than what Kiarna was doing. So I didn't quite understand it, to be honest with you.
Well, Maybe
But that
Kiarna
was
wanted to do it together and, there. And Wendy was like, "No, I'm
right.
flying solo."
Yeah, exactly. But that wasn't the real conversation. The real conversation is she wanted to talk about was at Ashley's, whatever that was called, her Bloom Ball or whatever the heck it was called. And she felt like Wendy was very condescending towards her there. And she brings up again about the event that she saw her at, where Wendy said to her, the first thing she said is, "Oh, hey, did you do your own makeup?" I mean, okay, now I've heard this. I don't even know how many times I've heard this.
Yeah, like, it is rude, I'm not gonna lie, that's it's shady.
It is. But, Wendy
You gonna
said,
keep
like,
bringing this up all season?
right. And she said, when you brought it to me there, I kind of thought it was juvenile. This is what you're coming at me for? She's like, "I've always had your back in this group." And she gives her, circumstances like when they were all going for her saying that she was getting her money for drugs. Wendy did have her back.
She did. Yes. Yes.
Kay said, "You were there, but here's what you did. You show up when you're in public, but it looks like a friend privately. Like when the cameras aren't rolling, okay, yeah, you were there for me, but when they're not rolling, you're not."
Welcome to Housewives, honey.
Yeah, I think that
Like,
that
this
Kay
is a game
thinks
you're playing.
I think Kay thinks the relationship is more than the relationship is. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You're getting paid to do a job. This is your job.
Right.
You go on the
Right.
show, you be someone's friend, you start a little drama. That's
Yeah,
what you're getting paid
I
to do.
thought I mean, and then she also brought up that she was having, this conversation with Gizelle at Ashley's event. And, you don't even like Gizelle. So what, like, why are you talking with, like, what does that have to
No,
do
and
with
then
anything?
start arguing over who likes Giselle and who doesn't.
It was
Like,
so
what are we
stupid.
doing here?
It
Yeah.
really was. It really was. And then, she's like, "All right, I'm done with you and your bullshit." And she gives her the finger. And then Wendy gives her the finger back. And then they're like, Wendy's like kind of hugging her as they're walking out together, like
And
her
Wendy
arm
was
around her.
laughing hysterically.
Yeah, listen, I don't know what was going on there. I think it was very weird.
It's very
Really weird.
weird. Very, very weird.
Next, we see Angel's at her house with her husband and the kids, and her dad is there, Marvin. So her mom has passed away 10 years ago, and I guess she spends more time with her dad now that her mom is gone. And her son, we meet him, he's Kush, and he's 4 years old, and I don't know how to pronounce her daughter's name. I don't know if it was Gia or I don't know how to pronounce it, but she's only 1,
Yeah, I
and
didn't
she is
even write it down.
adorable.
Both
Yeah,
her
it
kids
started
were
with a G.
adorable, yeah.
Oh my god, so cute, so cute.
Yeah.
I didn't realize her children were so young.
Yeah, they're little. He must have wanted to wait until after he retired to start a
Yeah,
family,
yeah,
which is smart. Although I do love seeing those players run over to see their little kids, like, after the game
yeah,
when you see clips of that. But
yeah.
this is smart. He can spend time with them.
Absolutely, he'll be there when they're growing up.
Mhm.
So she's telling her husband that Gizelle came in and said that Kay said, she chin checked me, and he's like, "That's not the kind of language you use for a friend. I don't know why she would be so disrespectful." So that kind of just stops there. Then we see Stacy meets up with Jassy for lunch. I was actually glad to see Jassy. I didn't think we were going to see her this season.
I gotta be honest with you, I forgot about Jassy, and then when I saw her, I was like, "Oh, we really liked her."
Yeah, we did like her.
Listen, in my opinion, Jassy had more going than Kiarna. They should have brought Kiarna back. But I mean, they should have brought Jassy back, not Kiarna, but I'm starting to see why they brought Kiarna back, because now she's got Angel in her pocket and she's coming for Wendy with under false base because there's nothing to this. But now this is clearly why they brought her back. Whatever.
Yeah. But as soon as they meet up, they're like, well, they haven't really seen each other since they went to Mia's birthday party in Miami last year, and Mia ditched them. I
Yeah.
thought that was so
We
funny that
never
they brought
really
that
got a
up.
full explanation of that, but I think with Mia, even if you got an explanation, it wouldn't be the truth anyway, so we're probably better off.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And Stacy's talking about, how she is, getting back with her ex-husband. They're trying to work on it, and, she's happy. And she asks Jassy to tell her about her wedding plans. And She didn't really say too much about it. She just said, she was gonna have, you know, more than one dress, and that was pretty much it. But she did bring up the
Yeah.
Preakness, that Jassie's gonna be at the Preakness also. So Stacy said, "Oh, we need to hook up because everyone's gonna be there." What happened next? Stacy said, "Every time I get together with the ladies, like, it's a gang up." And it is. It really is. They are
Yeah.
ganging
She
up. Like,
says, like, Gizelle and Ashley are coming for her incessantly. Like, they are coming for her incessantly. It's ridiculous.
it really is. And then she uses Giselle's phrase, "word on the street,"
Mhm.
is Giselle has a new man, and he's a retired NFL player, and
Mhm.
shows a picture. We don't see it, he's blurred out, and she asks, Jassy if her husband, because he's also, NFL,
NFL.
and I guess she's gonna see what she can find out if she knows who he is.
Well, I Googled him because I had never
You
heard of
did?
him. He
Who
played
is
for
he?
13 years in the NFL. He played for a couple of different teams. I think he was on the Commanders for a little bit. But,
Okay.
you can't find anything. If you Google Shawn Springs, Giselle Bryant, you cannot find anything. So,
Really?
I don't know where Stacy got those pictures from, but I didn't see them on the web. Maybe, maybe somebody else could find
Interesting.
them, but I couldn't find them. But yeah, he played for a couple of different teams and he was in the NFL for 13 years. So, that's a decent career as far as I'm concerned in the NFL. The way your body gets beat up, that's solid. So,
Alright. The next thing we see is Tia is telling her oldest daughter that the twins are having a sleepover tonight, so it'll just be her and, it'll be Sienna and Alexis, the 16 and the 13-year-olds, and, she said that they could each have a friend over, but Sienna and Alexis are arguing because I guess they each wanna have 5 friends over, and Sienna is the older one, and she's really having a problem with everything that's going on there.
yeah,
Did you
she
notice that?
seemed very unhappy, which, for a 16-year-old girl, that's,
Yeah.
you know, she's almost at the end of it, but, she's probably been in this state of unhappiness for about, I don't know, 3 to 4 years at this point.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And
Not
then Rob
unhappiness where everything's
No.
bothering you.
Yeah, yeah. And then Rob comes in and he's like, "What's the problem?" And she's like, "There's no problem." He said, like, "What is going on?" And she's, like, annoyed at the brother too. She's annoyed at the 10-year-old, like, she thinks he's being disrespectful. I'm like, "Oh,
And then
there's a
Tia
lot."
says to her husband, "You're making it an issue."
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He walked in and said, "What's the problem?" This is the
Yeah.
problem when your kids fight, you turn on each other.
Oh, yes, that does happen sometimes. That does
Yeah.
happen. So they said that they're gonna go outside and, they're gonna have a chat outside, away from the kids. And Tia tells us a little bit how she was, raised in England, but she was raised under, like, Nigerian principles. Here in America, with the self-expression and the kids wanna advocate for themselves and, we want them to have a voice. She's like, I want that, I just don't want them to use it on me."
That's right. That's right. There's a fine line, and I agree with that wholeheartedly.
I do too. And she's trying to talk to her husband about how she kind of is, I guess, feeling a little bit overwhelmed between the kids and her work and her social commitments. She feels like she's got a lot on her plate right now. And, her mom was a stay at home mom, and she was until the kids went off to kindergarten, and then she went back into the workforce. So it seems to me like she feels like she like started the journey of like being the stay at home mom, and now it's his turn to kind of pick it up. Like
Right.
she started it, right? And it sounds like he is helping out. I mean, she called him the nanny the other day, right? He was taking the kids to the
Yeah.
mall. Like, he's
Yeah.
very present. He's very present.
Yeah. He's definitely, yeah, on board,
Right.
I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but, hands on, hands
He's
on.
Yes, absolutely.
I liked when she said you have to be marginally insane when it comes to your kids,
Yeah. Yeah.
with staying on top of them, and she's right.
No,
She's absolutely
absolutely,
right.
and I like when she said, with her mom, if her mom told her, to wash the dishes and she didn't, she'd come home and find the dishes in her bed. And honestly, that is the way to do it. Like, I do crazy shit like that too.
It
Like,
is the
that's
way to do it.
I mean, I know it's crazy, but sometimes that's what you gotta do, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. One day they're gonna have kids and then they'll see for themselves how fucking annoying it is.
Yep. So then we see the ladies are out shopping. Giselle and Tia are there at first, and Tia says she's knackered. which is, I guess, a word that means tired. I never heard that one before.
I
Right.
never did either, but watching Gizelle try to figure out what it was
So
funny.
funny. And then Wendy shows up and Angel shows up. So it's, it's the four of them there. And Gizelle announces, like, the group has not been having fun. Every time we've gotten together, it's just not been fun. And she really is decided that she's going to be Captain Save-A-Ho.
And Angel says, "Even at my event?" And they're like, "No." Like, how rude was that?
So rude. She's like, I don't like these bowls, these singing bowls. Like, that's not her
I mean, I
thing.
could do without another sound bath scene on a you know what? It's not even Housewife, just Bravo in general, because didn't we see one on the Valley too?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm good on the sound baths. We get it.
I just don't like that she calls herself that they call each other hoes. Captain Save-A-Ho? Like, I just think it's rude. I'm sorry, I do. I do. She's a grown woman. Like, why are you
I feel
calling
like my friends and I used to do that when we were single. Not
Alright.
since we've gotten married, not that it would matter. I think we used to do
Yeah.
that.
So she announces that they're gonna go to Nevis, which is an island in the Caribbean, and they're gonna be staying at the Four Seasons, which sounds fabulous.
Absolutely.
Angel announces she's
Absolutely.
gonna need them to hold her hand a bit because she's never been away from her kids, and they're little, so, she says she's gonna have to pump, and she's like, "I don't even care if I pump and dump, but, like, I'm gonna go."
Yeah.
Wendy says, "Well, do you stay up late at night? Because we go out late." And Gizelle says, "Are you a drinker?" And she's like, "No." And then she's like, "You and Wendy, like, you didn't party together?" And Wendy's like, "No, we didn't hang out." And I don't think they did hang out. I don't even know that Wendy
No, she
really
said
she
Wendy's
was older.
roommate was her big sister's. Yeah, Wendy's roommate was Angel's big sister, so Wendy was probably a senior when Angel was a freshman.
Was a freshman, right,
It's a big
right.
difference.
It's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. So then there's shopping in the store, and Gizelle gives them advice about shopping. And, oh, by the way, Angel did shade her. Oh, no, Tia. Tia shaded. Wait, who shaded
Yes.
her?
Tia.
Tia shaded her about her style.
Yes, she did.
Gizelle said, think floaty for Neves or tight and right. I'm like, well, which is
Like
it?
two
Like,
opposite things, exactly.
exactly.
But
Like, which
I'm
is it?
sorry, Giselle giving anybody fashion advice.
I know.
Stop it right now. The outfit she wore, I know we'll get there, but the outfit she wore to Kiarna's for the Preakness, the fuck are you doing?
I
Who
know.
told you
Like,
to wear that?
I know. I agree. I agree. Like, what
My
was she
God.
thinking?
My God.
So then Angel asks Wendy, like, how's Wendy, like, with Kiarna, like, how her talk went? Because, she went for the talk, she went to have the talk, and she's like, well, it didn't go well. And she said, well, is there going to be a Preakness situation? Because she knew that there was two Preakness parties. And Wendy said, well, I don't think so. But if there is, it's going to be on her end because I'm not. Like, there's no problem with me about it.
She did say that Kiarna doubled down and said she didn't say chin check. Isn't that what Angel said?
Yeah. Yeah, because then that's what happened. So then Gizelle asked Angel, "How's it with, her and, Kiarna?" And she said they had their little spat, and Angel said, "Well, she said she didn't say it." And Gizelle said, "Wait, after she admitted that she said it? She said she came back and she doubled back and she doubled down that no, she didn't say it." I was like,
Yeah, it was weird.
and Angel said, "Well, if she said it, it's a real problem. I would not use that language, like, to talk about a friend." And Wendy said, like, "I can't believe she used that phrase. I mean, that's a violent phrase after her getting hit in the head." And I was like, "Oh, okay, we're going there." And she's right, though. She's absolutely right.
What is wrong with someone saying that? She's 100% right.
No, she is. Absolutely, she is. She is right.
You sued. I mean, listen, I'm going to say it again. I said it all last season. You're on this show because you got hit in the head. You probably
Mhm.
threatened to sue Bravo. And they were
Mhm.
like, listen, we'll give you a spot. Because I can't for the life of me figure out why else you're on this show. You are not
I know.
interesting and neither is Greg. So this is why you're here. So why is it a big deal for someone to mention this when you used the phrase chin checked, which insinuates violence?
Right. Right.
I mean, I don't get where everybody's like, right?
No, I don't either. No, no, because Giselle said, like, next time we're together, that's the first conversation we're having. And Giselle's not gonna let it go, so that is the first
Nuh-uh, because
conversation
she's
that
not
they're
sharing
having.
anything about her real life. So she's going to bring
Nope.
your shit up. because Gizelle
Yeah,
doesn't want us knowing anything about what's going on in her life.
that's true.
So
That's
she's gonna
true.
keep talking about yours.
That's right. I mean, Stacy even brought it up about she brought her ex-husband back when, Gizelle was giving Stacy a
I
hard
said
time. Like,
exactly.
yeah,
I said that
yeah,
the first episode. Why are we talking about that? Why is Ashley and Giselle questioning anyone on this show, anyone's authenticity? When Ashley was married to a bisexual man for years and wouldn't admit to it, and Giselle faked getting back together with her ex-husband who had a full-on girlfriend who he then married.
yeah,
What is going on?
yeah. I know. I know. So it's the pregame brunch, and Kiarna has her chef there again,
And her
and
mother.
Greg is there, and her mother, and Greg, and her mother again is stunning, and
She
Greg,
really, really is.
she
She
really
really
is.
is.
Kiarna says that she wants to get into the Black Carrie Bradshaw experience, and her mother's like, "Did you just say the Black Carrie Bradshaw?"
I don't ever remember Carrie Bradshaw hosting anything at her house. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure she had sweaters in her oven.
Yes, she did.
But
100% she
whatever.
did. Yeah. And she said that she's happy that Greg is there because he's showing her that, even though we know he doesn't like to film, but he's there supporting her.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
I
actually
mean,
was
I don't
very nice, even though there were no other husbands there.
right. And no, there wasn't. But Stacy arrives first and she starts like questioning Greg. Like, are you living here? Like, are you guys together? Like, I thought they broke up. And I'm like, now you're questioning this? Like, you've got your own situation. Like, why are you questioning them?
It's just so funny. I have the same thing written down. Like, what? You're really going to ask her about her living situation when everything you've said since you've started on this show has been
Right.
questioned
Right.
and some lies have been proven?
Yeah. I know.
Like,
It's
well, I
crazy
don't.
to me.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So when Gizelle gets there, she sees Kiarna's mom. She's like, "Are you coming too?" She's like, "No, no, I'm just here now." And I don't know if you noticed, but Kiarna's mom and Greg are like sitting out, like talking to each other outside while all the ladies are inside. I'm like, this is so weird. Like, this is so awkward.
Well, somebody points it out, and I think it was 100% right. Kiarna's mom was there to, like, keep an eye on everything. Kiarna's mom was not gonna let anybody, and maybe it is because there has been someone has physically assaulted her on this show before, but Kiarna's mom was not gonna let anybody get heated in, towards her. I think that's why she was there personally.
I mean, that's very possible. That's very possible.
Because I think based on what happens now in this scene, I think Kiarna and Angel had a conversation that we did not see. We were not privy to. And I don't even think the
100%.
cameras, I don't even think the producers were privy to it.
No,
Right?
this was so set up. This was totally set up, and Wendy called her out on it.
Yes. So I think Kiarna's mom knew that and knew that something could get a little out of control now. Because
Yeah.
she had both eyes on those women the entire time. Maybe it was Wendy who said it.
It probably was because she's the one who called her out. I mean, she's the one who called her out. So when Gizelle gets there, she says that she's inviting them all to Nevis. So it's Stacy, Ashley, Kiarna, because they weren't at the store shopping. So the other lady, she's telling them about the Nevis trip. And Stacy's like, she's excited, but she's surprised that she's invited. I mean,
Yeah,
they kind of have to invite you. You are
I
actually a
know.
cast member.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes they don't.
Kay in her confessional was shading Giselle's outfit. Did you see that?
I did, and I totally agreed with her.
I know. I know. I know. It's like, and then
It's
Angel
crazy.
gets there and Gizelle is talking about her titties in her confessional. Like she's shading her outfit. I'm like, what is going
Her
on here?
her boobs really were.
They were out. They were out. But you know what? Giselle's are out a lot of times too.
Yeah, they are. They are. None of these women can really dress. I'm sorry. So none of them can really dress. I'm sorry.
No. Honestly, I think I like, if I had to, I think I like Stacy's style the best, to be quite honest with you.
I agree with you.
I think she's the most conservative, and I think that everything fits her
Tasteful.
well. Yes, yes. Very
I mean, I
tasteful.
hate to say it, but
Yeah. I didn't realize how tall she is. I don't know if she actually is 6'4", but she is very tall. I mean, she
she
is
can't be 6'4".
no, I mean,
6'4"?
well,
Oh,
Kiarna jokingly said, like, "I'm 5'3" and you're 6'4". I don't think she's 6'4", but she is very tall. She is
she's
very
very
tall.
tall, and she wears high heel, she wears tall
Yeah,
heels.
yeah.
Yeah. I love when Wendy said, "I love a good nosh before the main event, my event."
Yes. Yep.
I'm sorry. I have to wait to see what happens because I still like Wendy. I have to see what happens with this whole fraud thing.
So Gizelle puts it out there like, "How do we end up here? This is your event," to Wendy, and Kiarna's like, "Well, Wendy likes to be the better, best, the first, better, best."
Yeah.
And Wendy said, "There's a constant desire to like, for you to have an issue with me." She's like, "I think it's awkward because you can see there wasn't a problem." And Wendy wasn't making a problem. I mean, yes, she made the dig, like, the nosh before the event, but
That was in her confessional. Nobody heard her say that,
that's true. That's true.
right?
No, she actually was
Unless
yeah, no,
she's
you're
unless
right.
she but
No, 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 you're right. She actually I mean, she was fine when she came in. Like, she wasn't starting it was Gizelle act Gizelle's always the one who starts it,
of course,
right?
because then nobody's seeing what's going on in her life.
Right. And Wendy says when they bring up the Kiarna Angel situation, Angel said that, "We're good, like, we're good." And Giselle's like, "Well," Angel said, "I'm not calling you a liar because I felt one way at the time when I first heard it, but I was able to sleep on it, and, now I feel another way about it. Like, I'm not calling you a liar." And that's when Wendy's like, "Why do you have different energy here than you did the other day?"
Right. Right.
And then Kiarna said, "Just so we're clear, I said it and I apologized, Angel." Angel said, "I apologize if you feel I didn't have your back. And just so you know, I always have your back." And I think that's what the conversation was. Those two are going to have each other's back regardless of what is going on. And now Angel knows the game. Now Angel knows. She didn't know before.
Right.
And
But
as
Kiarna said something that set her straight real quick right then and there, and everybody saw it.
she said, "You have the right to feel however you want. As your friend, I'm going to give you that in good faith. That I understand how this can get heightened, but whatever that chat was you all had, I hope that will be the last."
Yeah.
And that's where Gizelle said in her confessional, if Kiarna didn't chin check her before, she certainly did right now because Angel
Yeah.
just shut right down. And
And
I
that was
agree.
so rehearsed. That was
Yes, it
so
was.
rehearsed what she said.
It was. It really was.
And then Angel turns on Wendy and says, "Let's talk about the energy you brought today."
Right.
It was very strange. It was very out of place, her saying that, I thought.
Yeah.
So now these two are clearly now gonna come for Wendy.
Yeah. And then Stacy jumps in like, "Why don't you like Wendy?" And Wendy's like, "You don't like me now?" She said, "No, I don't like this conversation because you're basically calling me fake." Kiarna
And
said, "Well, that's
I
what."
don't think she was calling her fake. I think she was saying like, "Wait a minute. The last
Right.
time we were with each other, you said you were gonna make sure Kiarna knew that it's not okay for, whatever."
Right.
And now, honestly, when Angel said, like, "Listen, I was upset. I slept on it. I feel better." I don't even think anybody came at her after that, right? Like, it's
No,
not
I
like they
think
were like, "Oh,
no,
that's
no,
bullshit."
no.
Or did Wendy say something and that's why Angel turned on her? I mean, she was going to anyway because she's
Wendy
Kiarna's
said
friend.
Wendy said, "The way you just flipped on me, it's just crazy." Angel said, "Oh, wow." Like, that
Right,
was
like, flipped
after
on
yeah,
Wendy. But, like,
right.
that's what I'm saying, like, she didn't
Yeah.
I don't think that Wendy was like, "Well, what do you mean you woke up and felt different?" Like, she didn't push that at
No,
all.
she didn't say that. No, she
It's
didn't.
like Angel
She
said what
didn't.
she was saying to Kiarna
Right.
and then flipped on Wendy without Wendy provoking it, I thought.
Yeah. I mean, did you happen to watch What Happens Live? Kiarna
I
was on.
started to. Kiarna was on. I started to. I didn't finish.
Same for me. I didn't finish either, but what she did say was that they really have been friends for 20 years. She met her when she was 18, and she used to do her hair. Kiarna used to do Angel's hair, and then
That's
Angel was
interesting.
working at BET, And then Angel got Kiarna in there to do other, like, Talon's hair, and they have been really close ever since, and it is a real friendship. So,
Okay.
they they're not gonna break it up. I think now
Okay,
that
that's good, that's good. She's got her
Yeah,
ride or die on the show for her.
right. I was happy to hear that because I don't like when we have all this fighting, especially people that are supposed to be friends,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, yes, yes. I totally agree with you. It's not enjoyable to watch. It's not.
Yeah. So then Giselle's like, "Okay, like, now, like, we gotta get out of here. We gotta go see the First Lady of Maryland." And then Greg all of a sudden comes over and is, like, giving out, like, all this money.
Yeah, that's not
Then
too
they get
shabby.
on No, nice. They get on the bus, and they're on their way to, go to the Preakness. Angel said Bobby said, "Drop a stack on one of those horses." So I guess she's gonna be betting on one of those horses.
Guess so. A whole stack full.
Yeah. Giselle said, "Can I toast you, Angel, because you look upset?" She's like, "No, I'm not upset. I was mad, but I'm fine." Again, like, you already dropped this. Now you're on the bus. You're all toasting champagne. You're all having a good time. And then Giselle has to, like, try and stir the pot again.
Yeah, yeah.
It's actually annoying. It's really
It's
annoying.
very annoying. It's very annoying.
And I'll be
And
honest,
Angel said go ahead.
I'm surprised Ashley didn't jump in because normally she does.
Absolutely, because Ashley's the new Robin.
Yeah, but she didn't.
Right. And Angel said that she feels very misunderstood by the group. You're not misunderstood by the group. The group is actually seeing you for exactly who you are. You're Kiarna's friend, and there was a little bump, and you tried to, be all tough, and then she chin checked you.
Yeah.
She mentally chin checked you, and
Yeah.
now you're back ride or die, and that's okay. But nobody misunderstood you. Everybody saw you. Everybody saw
Right.
exactly what it was. You underestimated what this group is capable of seeing. That was the problem.
Then, I mean, just when you think that how long is this stupid sprinter ride? Because then they get into the drama between Stacy and Kiarna. How Stacy says, "You said you were trying to get to know me, and you didn't invite me to half the events last season." And then Kiarna spills the champagne on her dress and asks for a napkin. And then Wendy jumps in and tells Angel, "If I had a cotton dress, I would use my dress to wipe off her." I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
What was that?
I have
And
no
then
idea.
and then Kiarna starts telling Stacy to fuck off. I'm like, is she drunk? Was she drunk? She
I
just
know.
started
I
saying
mean,
F off. Like,
yeah,
who
she
are
did.
you talking to?
I know. That's what I wrote down. I'm like, she said it like she kept saying, "Fuck off, fuck." I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, and
Stacey
then
said,
Stacy says
I don't talk like that. And she doesn't.
no, but then she did say something about being chin checked. And then Ashley
She
says,
did.
Stacy, you're taking it too far. Why is she taking it too far by saying chin checked? Kiarna's the one who said chin checked. Like, I don't get it. Like, Ashley, you want to be mad at Stacy for something? Make it valid. This is not
Yeah.
valid.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and I think that was the only place she could jump in.
Exactly.
That's the only place she could jump in.
Yep. Exactly.
So then on Watch What Happens Live, Andy does ask Kieran about the elephant in the room and about what happened with the Yosefos. And she's like, well, she was shocked and a little bit disappointed and didn't expect it. And she's like, that's all I have to say, that, thoughts and prayers. Like, she really didn't say anything, which I
That
think
was
is
smart,
best.
though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it
I
was
mean, what are you
best.
gonna
I
say?
didn't really,
What's anybody
yeah,
going to say? First of all, it's an ongoing investigation. Nobody knows what really happened. Who knows? We don't know.
right. Phoebe was on with her, Phoebe Robinson. She's a comedian, and she said she was confused about it. Then he asked about Karen, and she said she's spoken to Karen. I don't believe her. I don't believe she's spoken to Karen, to be honest with you.
I actually saw that and I felt like she kind of hesitated. But she didn't but she said yes, but she said like briefly or something like that. Like she
She
didn't make
said,
it sound like they talked a lot.
no, she said, we said, "Hey, girl, hey, she's doing well." So I don't even know if that was just a text message or like,
Well, that's how I took it. I took it was just a text message.
yeah. And then Andy does bring up, like, what is going on with you and Wendy? Like, it looks like it's a bigger issue than that you're not acknowledging. And she's like, no, I feel like when she's on camera, Wendy is one way. And when she's not, she's another way. And I'm like, I don't see what you're saying. Even if that is it, why are you making it such a big deal? It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be. You're on a show together. You're show friends.
Right. Right.
You weren't friends before. You're not gonna be friends after. You're show
That's a
friends.
fact.
This is your job, Kiarna. Just do it. You're lucky to be
Yeah,
there.
I know. That's how I feel about the whole situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am
You
curious to
have
see though.
yeah. In other news other than Potomac, unless you have any more on that.
No,
I'm so confused. Did you see Olivia from Southern Charm called off her wedding?
I did see that. That was last week. I did see that.
Yeah, but she just had her bridal
Yeah,
bachelorette. I saw
yeah,
all the pictures from the bachelorette. So we need more information about this.
yeah, we do.
And
We
Austin and
do.
his girlfriend broke up.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Very
I did not
interesting,
see
isn't it?
that. Oh, you know what did come out? Andy did mention that Stacy actually is divorced and the official divorce papers did show up. So she actually is divorced.
I didn't doubt it for a second because quite honestly, I think she's faking getting back together with her husband now. So I didn't doubt her divorce for a second.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
so crazy.
why would she, just because Ashley talked about getting divorced for 5 years before she actually filed. And again, why are you questioning Stacy when you did that? You couldn't give
I know.
anybody a straight answer when they asked you about your divorce.
I know.
It's so crazy to me.
It really is crazy. It really is. I don't know. I will tell you this. So I was on TikTok the other day and I was scrolling through and this clip came up and it was reasonably shady, which is Gizelle and Robin. And I know you cannot stand those two together. But
Mm.
they were telling this story about how they were coming back from New York on the train, and they got on the train at, like, 9 o'clock in the morning, and they followed the thing, they went down the stairs, they got on the train, and they weren't sitting together because they were both in New York on business, and then it just how it's a clip, it's a reel on TikTok, so you don't get the whole story, and I was like, "Oh, damn it, I gotta find out the rest of this damn story," so I had to go find the podcast, and I
God.
I go find the rest of this story. It is so freaking funny. So Giselle is in like first class. Robin is in coach. They're both there on like business, and I guess Giselle upgraded hers and the other one didn't. They get on the train, and the conductor comes up to Robin and she looks at her ticket and she's like, "You're on the wrong train. You're going the wrong direction. Like, you're on your way to Connecticut." And Robin
No.
Yes, Robin starts cracking up. Like, her first reaction is to crack up, and just this turns out the same conductor gets to Gizelle and tells Gizelle the same thing, and Gizelle is trying to call Robin, but Robin isn't, like, paying attention to her phone, and Giselle's like, "Oh," like, Giselle's, like, kind of, like, freaking out, like, "We're going the wrong direction." The conductor's like, "Are you with that other girl?" She's like, "Yes, yes, I am." It was honestly, it was such a funny story. I, like, laughed my ass off. So the long story short is they got off at the next stop. There was another train that they were gonna catch to get themselves back, but that train, the only reason they were gonna catch it is because it was running late. So she had already shown her ticket. They'd already shown their ticket to the conductor, so the ticket was, like, already done. So the conductor gave her, like, a piece of paper and said, "Hand this to the next conductor." So they get on the next train. Giselle was in first class, and the next train, there's no tickets. Like, these are, like, assigned tickets because it's the Acela train, like the high-speed train.
Yeah, 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 the fast one.
So they Right, so they throw them in the cafe car, and Giselle's like, "I had this really good ticket," and then the conductor's like, "Well, okay, so you're here now, but you have to, like, legitimize it. You can't just give me this piece of paper, like, we need to know that you're on this train, so you have to go, like, through the online process and get the ticket right." So she's like they get the tickets, they wind up just sitting, like, together, but in coach, and then they're sitting next to each other, and there's a guy behind Gizelle. There's nobody behind Robin, and Robin goes to put her seat back, and the guy pushes her seat forward, and Giselle is
My
on the phone,
gosh.
not really paying attention to what's going on, and then she sees Robin, like, yelling at this guy, and then she turns around, she's like, "This is the biggest man on the train." The guy is, like, 400 pounds, and she's
My
like,
god.
Robin is, like, having words with him, and I'm like, "What are we doing?" And so I'm just laughing, I'm like, I could just so see this,
Absolutely.
like, with one of us, like, I could see
Yeah,
something like this happening, like, with one of
absolutely.
us, right?
Yeah.
So, long story short with this, so the two of them just get up and they wind up moving to another seat, but Robin's still, like, having words back and forth with this guy. Just like, "Oh my god."
Why did they just stay in the cafe cart? That was probably more comfortable.
I don't know. I
And
have no
how long could
idea.
this ride have actually been from New York to Maryland on a Acela? It's
Well,
probably 2
it
hours, probably
it was
less.
supposed to it was I think they were 2 hours behind because of their trip to Connecticut and then back to New York and then back to
That is really funny.
yes, it totally messed up their day.
That's great.
Yeah. So, I just shared a little bit of their podcast, even though we don't like them, but I did happen to listen
No,
to it because I just
I
got
can't listen
stuck
to
in the clip.
Robin. I would suffer through it if it were just Gizelle, but I can't listen to that fraud Robin.
All right. So I guess until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.